Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to another day in my 2022 holiday card series. In today's video, this is going to be the first of two cards I'm going to share with you using the new Christmas cutout dies from Tim Holtz and Sizzix. And actually, I already shared with you a card a couple of weeks ago. It was aqua and red, where I had one of the little houses on one of the ornaments. But in the next two videos, it's going to be strictly just using those dies. And yeah, I'm really excited to share with you today's card. We're going to be using a completely different color palette in both of these cards. You guys know I love to mix it up. So yeah, so if you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. And this card will be available in my Etsy shop if it isn't already. So make sure you check it out. But without further ado, let's head over to the craft table and I'll walk you through this card. So friends, as I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be using some new product from Tim Holtz and Sizzix. These are the Christmas cutout dies. You get a ton in this collection. My only complaint about them is they just come in an envelope. They're not attached to a piece of paper or anything. So when I go to store them, I will probably go ahead and add a piece of paper to store them. Here you can see they just come in a big old blob. I don't know how else to describe it, but you do get a lot. And what I love about these dies is you can absolutely use them for any other time of year. They're not necessarily have to be, Christmas related. So if you saw the thumbnail, you know we're going big, bright, and bold. I'm going to be using pink, blue, aqua blue, green, and originally I was going to go with red, but I decided to go ahead and do a couple of purples. So I went ahead and cut out all of those houses. Here I am cutting out 2 snowdrifts. I end up using 3. These are from a slimline outside the box die from MFT. I wanted these houses to look like they were in snow. And originally I thought I was just going to use the aqua as the background, but what I decided to do was bring in a piece of paper from I believe this is from Queen & Co. and it has these snowflakes on it. So this would be a pattern that I would consider like monochromatic or one that looks like a one that doesn't have a pattern because of how light it is. So this would be a great pattern to mix with some other patterns if you wanted to. So I'm using a piece of pink cardstock for my card base, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. I believe that's Coastal Cabana is cut to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then the pattern paper is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. I believe that pattern paper is from Queen & Co. and it's called All Bundled Up. So here I'm just kind of working out placement of where I want my trees in relation to the snowbanks, etc. So I forgot to mention that I used Sizzix adhesive sheets on all of these because you can tell that they would have really tiny pieces and windows, and I can't not get glue everywhere. So when I was putting the houses here, I was just trying to see like layout where I wanted the trees, etc. But it made me realize that I didn't want the houses to be see-through. I wanted to go ahead and add some paper behind them. So I have just some extra yellow and I'm going to go ahead and adhere them to the yellow and then cut them out. That way, again, it looks like they're not see-through. You can see the yellow in the house as if like they have the lights on. When I adhere these, I'm going to add some, when they're flat on the back, they're going to go down flat. But if they are in front of something, I'm going to adhere the bottom down with some liquid glue. And then I'm going to add some adhesive, I think I used like a foam square on the top of the back. And here you can see I'm bringing in that third snowbank, which I think was necessary. And I'm gluing all these snowbanks down just with liquid glue. And I'm only putting liquid glue on the bottom. And that's because I want to be able to slip the houses into these without having to tear it up, etc. So you can tell that I have an odd number of houses and I am going to end up with an odd number of trees as well. So you guys know I talk about all the time the rule of 3. You want to make sure that you're working in odds. It's a bit more pleasing to the eye. It's not a hard and fast rule, but it's one that I try to stick to if I can. So you can see the background from the card from last Friday right above me. Initially, I thought I was going to make that card for this one, but I decided to go this way. And I really, really like this card. I love how it turned out. I think it's so fun. It's an unexpected and bright color story for Christmas. So if you're someone who is, struggled to kind of break out of that mindset that you have to only use red and green at Christmas, here's your sign to play around with color. Whether it's that's aqua and red, or whether it's purple, pink, and aqua, any of those will work. If you need any kind of inspiration, you can go to your local Home Goods, TJ Maxx. If you have a Christmas tree store around, they always decorate trees so beautifully. There's one in Plano, and I believe one in Arlington as well. I just love going and looking at the trees. They're just so gorgeous. And I think you can take classes at the one in Plano. Used to be. I'm not. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that. I think it's off Independence in Plano. I don't remember what it's called. They've changed the name of it. Anywho, so I decided I wanted to go ahead and bring in the peace sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out of this blue paper. And then I decided that I want each of the letters to be the same colors that we have on as for the houses. So I am going to do that as well. So we've got a green tree, and then I'm going to do the letters in different colors. But those are great ways to get inspiration. Also, you can look on Pinterest. You can look on Google. Just Google Christmas tree or Christmas decorations. I know that blue is a very prominent color this year in a lot of Christmas decor. From what I've seen on Instagram and stuff, I haven't been in store, but from what I've seen, blue looks like it's a very popular color. I think Rob and I are going to put up, we have a 9-foot tree. I think we're just going to put up 3 feet of it. It comes in 3 sections, and we're going to decorate it. I have high hopes of doing a white Christmas tree in our dining room at some point with some make it treat or dessert themed. And I think we're going to go ahead and do that. Boone is going to be right at 21 months around Christmas. That's my nephew. And I'm not going to put up my big fancy tree with a toddler. So we're going to go little so we can put it on the ledge away from him, but it'll still be fun and festive. And it's been a few years since we've put a tree up, so I'm really excited. So anywho, once I get that done, that's going to be it. This was a quick and simple for you. It was a little bit of it was a little time consuming for me, but well worth it. I really, really love this card. Don't forget, you can get my cards in my Etsy shop. That is linked in the description box down below. I'll see you Friday for another card using these dies. Bye for now.